god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it
But
is just the whole set. It is the whole set. He's doing it. Also, he needs to stand on his chair to reach the thing.
Well, alright, fuck you, alright?
Oh, shit.
Alright, am I recording right now? I'll stop the recording. There you go.
Oh, I've been
You can get
recording
this
for,
in.
Like, 2 minutes.
Yeah, no,
Recording
the video.
The whole time, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fuck you.
Doing that.
I need to fucking do that. There you go, fuck you. That's why I had to stand on a bloody chair. Asshole. I know I'm short. I'm short.
You're acting pretty short, my guy. You're acting
Bruh.
So I haven't seen. Funny story. I haven't seen my friend for ages.
This is a bro
My dad's
moment.
friends with his dad and all that good stuff. Man's like 6'5".
My dad's bigger than his dad.
There is a picture.
My
of me
dad's longer than his
him
dad.
and his sister. I am literally. He is up here, and I'm just like down here. Like, yeah, I'm short. Oh my god.
This is the worst thing I have seen all day.
Good evening.
What
I'm
the
a nice
fuck?
guy. Where would women have sex with me? I'm so nice.
I'm
Good
so
evening.
nice. Thinks
I'm
back to
retreating
the end
into
of the
my
last
bedroom.
episode of Homestuck.
No, I'm so nice. I'm so nice. There's no reason anyone should ever hate me. I'm so nice. I'm lovely.
What's he saying? I can't tell.
I'm so nice. I'm such a nice guy. My lady. My lady.
Fucking kill me. Oh my god.
We live in a society.
Oh, you've been recording on Audacity, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got my reaction
Good.
and everything.
Good. Okay, right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fatula's art class. I did planning for this episode, but I did not plan how I was going to actually start it. Kind of an essential piece.
Well, I mean, we have the intro bit. So
Yeah, I mean, that works. Fuck it, sure. So, last time, we finished telling the story of Act 1. And ended off on, the final boss of the act. However, of course, there are 2 more acts. 3-act structure. That was really the only sort of structure the story had. It was not well structured. But we have Arthur, the DM for the campaign, and
the dungeon
Dungeon
Taker.
intern, as we
dungeon intern.
A DI.
Yeah.
the DI of the campaign, and the other person who is going to be drawing stuff, competing against yours truly. And we have George, the judge, jury, and executioner of each round.
Yeah, and at the end, whoever loses, I get to cut off their fingers. You know, just how it is.
Oh. I don't
That's
know.
what we all agreed to, right, gentlemen?
But I
That's
like
rough.
my fingers.
I don't, but that's rough.
I seem to remember we agreed on that.
No, fair enough.
well,
Well,
fair enough.
I don't know what I signed. It could be in the
I can
app
probably
or
just
fucking
get more
terms of
sometime,
licensing.
Yeah.
I can probably just go get more sometime, I don't know. Go down the finger shop.
Good old fingies.
So, this time, we're going to start telling the story of the second act of this mess. And, yeah, I think mess really does sum it up. Sure is something. So, I'll read the first line of the, of the, you know what, fuck it, it's the script. I'll read the first line of the script here.
Wow, we actually have the budget for a script? Nice.
Well,
no, it's the script I wrote for the campaign.
It's the
Oh,
campaign.
right, that's script.
And by
It was so
by
railroady,
script.
it was basically a script.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But
I
I
didn't
think
have
this quote
time to
actually
write other
exemplifies
ideas.
that. I think this quote actually exemplifies that, as it says, "You are now resolved to go kill the vampire count. Why? Because I damn said so, you little shit."
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
Fuck you say to me? You wanna fuck with me? Hey, fuck you, bitch.
You kiss your mother with that mouth?
Hey, little piss baby!
No, stop. Please do not 100 gex this show. I will not allow it. I'll not allow it. Anyway,
I'll get my chance someday. It's inevitable.
reading Homestuck episode 130 and he finally manages it. So, the four of us, those being, to remind anyone who has forgotten, or to tell anyone who has started tuning in for some ungodly reason on episode 3. Why? Just go back to episode 1. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. But
I mean, there's a link up in the corner, I assume.
yeah, fuck it, I'll put a link up there. If not, it'll be in the end card.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So, our party consisted of, to remind everybody, John Smith, the paladin, who didn't get any spell slots and didn't get to take a turn most of the time. Arthur is just staring into the camera. That was weird. So, there's Mr. Jizzard the Tentacle Wizard. He was the wizard. That was it. That's all he's done up to this point. He's just been the wizard. They're just staring into the cameras. Run, 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 run.
Wake up,
run,
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 wake up.
run, run.
I just saw the camera and I was like, hey, what if I just stared into it, you know?
There was Okina Diku Enarugi, the horrendously min-maxed fucking sorcerer of the group. And by min-maxed, I mean literally, she had the minimum and maximum possible values for ability scores.
That's better.
There's min-maxing, and then there's min-maxing.
Yeah. And then there was Charalom Chadma. I don't remember what he did significantly up to this point.
I remember the thing he did
nothing.
at the end.
But
I remember that he never stole anything.
But that hasn't happened yet.
He failed to pickpocket somebody, didn't he? And then she fucked up.
Oh yes, in fact, that leads us to the beginning of Act 2, as it happened.
Oh, was that here? Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
But, before I get to that, we had all leveled up to level 14. For some reason, we had just been walking for 2 weeks and leveled up 4 times. Why? Do you have an explanation, Arthur?
Walking's hard, man. Like, my legs ache just like... I'm sat down and my legs ache, so, I mean, you know... Okay, it's just like on the way, there was just a long gym, just a really long one. And every day you'd go in there and you'd just do a couple reps and then you just keep walking. You know?
It was just one
powered you up.
long gym. Also, Okina had 1 in strength. Do you think she could have completed 1 singular rep?
Exactly. No, she just held the iron bar and
done
that.
her.
Exactly. She literally just held the metal bar of the weight, and that was a workout for her. Just closing her hand.
Beautiful. So, as the 4 of us were walking down this road, we spotted this.
Don't make me spit take, motherfucker.
You've already done it a couple of times. You're just a resident spit taker of the show. So,
Fucking guy. This fucking guy.
This fucking spit taking bitch boy. Fucking.
Alright, let's go. Explain
Yes, there was a wizard ahead of us in the road. We did not know who he was, what he was doing, but if you remember, I don't know if I mentioned this, I don't know, but F, the player of Charalon had basically vowed to pickpocket the first person that they met in every single act. And that was this guy. So Charalon snuck up behind him and took a peek in his bag. He had a bunch of weird stuff. This metal orb, this 2-part potion thing that was sort of split down the middle. Something like that. Some scrolls, a bunch of other shit that didn't matter much. But F decided, I'm going to take all of it.
Robbery.
It didn't work.
The
It
best
didn't work.
policy.
It didn't work. It didn't work at all.
Bloody roll.
Nah. A 1, probably.
I think it was a low. Too low. I'm going to say it was a 1 for comedy factor. So,
Fucking stuck his hand in the guy's ass and was like, oh, what? Where's the stuff?
where's the stuff? Falls it back out. Well, I mean, that's something, I guess. Puts hand up to the wizard's face. Hey, can you get a whiff of this so you can tell me what it is?
What's this? Hey guys, come here quickly. What's this? What's this?
So the wizard.
What's this? There's brown in the air. What's this? There's brown shit everywhere.
So the wizard decided the wizard decided to conjure his magical mare, which in this universe was like this magic horse thing that could accelerate infinitely up to and beyond the speed of light.
He's a good wizard, though, that's all I'm saying. He's just going fast, isn't it? It's only like 1 mile an hour acceleration, but it goes fast if you keep running.
Yeah. However, that wasn't faster than teleportation, because I had the idea, hey, Jizzard, could you just dimension door me to in front of this guy so I can tackle the shit out of him? And I did. And I tackled him to the ground.
Wow. I think that's the first time a spell has actually done what it's supposed to do.
Alright, I knew what that one was. It was like, you make a door, and it goes to another place. That makes sense to me. I knew what Fireball did. It was a ball, and it was on fire. And I knew what Freezing Touch did. It was called having cold hands and touching somebody, because that's quite funny.
Freezing.
It's not much.
I love the fact that you
cold,
in
cold,
no way what
cold
chill
hand
touch
of
is.
cold,
I love the fact
chill,
that is
cold
in
hand
no
of
way
what?
chill touch is.
That's not what chill touch is.
Alright, apparently I didn't know what it did then.
Chill
Anyway.
touch is
It's necrotic.
it's
shit.
necrotic
We
damage.
That comes up later
cold.
on. That's a future
Cold.
episode. That's for a future episode. So,
It's cold hand. It's all it is.
sure. So, we so I had tackled this guy to the ground. So the wizard went, I know what I need to do. First off, he pulled out that potion and tried to use it to basically flashbang us. Akina cast darkness on the area briefly, so it cancelled out the flashbang. So then the wizard pulled out the metal orb. Before he could activate it, Charalon pulled out their crossbow for the only time they ever did in the campaign, pulled the trigger, rolled a nat 20, shot him clean through the hand and broke the orb.
Very nice.
Damn.
The first nat 20 I can remember in the campaign. Just obliterated. So then the wizard just teleported the fuck away and left his stuff behind.
Yeah, I was like, well, I don't want to kill the wizard because he's important for later, but here, have his shit. Successful highway robbery.
And that, gentleman, leads us to our first challenge. We are going to draw some point within this absolute highway throwdown. But, for those of you who do not know the twists of the show, what little things you could call twists, we are going to be drawing these things on MS Paint using one of these 4 caveats within 10 minutes. The 4 caveats are: you can only use the brush tool, only use the shape tool, only use anime images, and only use the first page of Google Images. So let's see.
My favourite one is the anime images. It's so dumb.
Well, let's see what it is this time.
Let's see.
Funny you would mention that, Arthur, because we are only allowed to use images of anime.
Oh yeah. Alright. Okay. Alright. Let's go. Alright. I got this. Now, I won't be able to record the... Sorry about that. I won't be able to
You
record
only need
the
to record paint.
face cams. I'm only recording the paint, yeah. I mean, the face cams are there for the in-between parts where you're telling the story. Alright.
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 Gentlemen, are you ready? And George, have you decided on your special bonus point criteria?
Indeed,
Do not
I
tell us.
have.
Do not tell us, but
I have now.
keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Arthur, George, are you ready to begin the round?
Yeah.
Let's get this
In
going.
3, 2, 1, begin.
Just copying
Okay.
it right now.
I
Here
will
we
just
go.
save this image.
Here we go. Discord. Right for the. So for points where like Discord isn't up and I accidentally show like random screens, you can just like flick them off for a second, can't you? Is that alright?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm
Alright.
doing it again.
Oh fuck! I sent mine just randomly because I needed to do it quick.
Well,
Alright.
I mean, I can bung mine in now too.
Yep. Sorry about that. Good fun. I'll open it on my phone so I can see them both.
Yeah, I think I've got a good idea of who's won this round. But George,
So,
Do you like the cross?
funnily enough, Arthur gets the bonus point. Because
Wow.
I was thinking of someone doing the nat 20 hand shot. That was
Okay.
that was my bonus thing.
Fuck me. Just the scuffedness of your one, Alex. It's good fun.
That's good. Alex's is pretty scuffed.
it's really janked together. I was
Yeah.
considering using like a picture of Megumin for Jizzard there, but decided against it.
I-
I don't know why.
Is John Smith supposed to be darkness in this?
No, what? No, because you cast darkness to block the crossbow, to block the flashbang. So I was like, fuck it. I typed in anime darkness, and I was like, that's just gonna come up with.
Fuck it, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, actually,
It's good enough. It's good enough for them. It's good enough for me.
Now, Arthur, I must question what in the good goddamn is fucking Kirits are holding here?
It's meant to be a crossbow, but it's so poorly cropped that it's more cross than bow.
What in God's name? Oh my God! What?
Look at it. You can kind of tell.
I like how you didn't even like angle it towards him. It's just
I can't rotate shit in MS Paint.
sure you can.
No, because it creates a background again.
And you can only rotate by like 90 degrees.
Exactly.
I didn't know
It's just
that.
like it makes like a horrid background if you rotate it again. So I'd have to. I mean, I didn't have much time. I could have like sorted it out, I guess, but I think it honestly looks better this way.
Yeah, I think it does pull the whole thing together.
God,
Plus,
I'm so...
it's where his sword was. He's wielding the crossbow, guys. It's Kirito. Oh, that's the wrong show.
He's wielding.
You mean da 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 da?
Oh, that's it. That's the song.
I'm ashamed that I bothered to remember that's the SAO theme.
I only remember
I
it
like
to
the
the
show.
point-
and
Considering I
don't
only
remember
remember that show in pure
I-
contempt.
I only remember it. I only remember the theme up until the point where you stopped. Beyond that, it just sort of fades into.
I remember the ending part 'cause it's English. It's like, oh fuck, what is it? Oh,
Who
I don't
gives a
remember the ending
shit?
part.
Well, the one that one guy made the English video on. I think whatever. I'm conflicted. I'm really conflicted as to which one I go for. Heck it.
Are you legit rolling for it?
I'm legit rolling for it. If I roll odd, it's Arthur. If I roll even, it's Alex.
Which means
Let's
that
go.
if you get a nat 20, it's me. Nice.
Well, no, I'm rolling a D4.
Oh. Oh well.
It's a 1. I rolled a
Arthur
1.
gets 2 points.
Arthur gets 2 points.
1 for the regular,
Yeah,
1 for the
buddy.
bonus. So that. Okay.
Do you like the Comic Sans 20?
I do.
That
I
is
do.
good. I love the fact that it's
Pretty
also
good.
written on a D6.
Oh yeah, well I typed in anime dice and all of them were like not anime dice, and then I got one that was like D6 and they're like, it's good enough. It's good enough for me. Hey,
Alright.
it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me.
Alright,
Alright,
apparently it was good enough for them being George.
Alright.
Good enough for the dice as well.
Evidently. So,
Alright.
after we encountered that wizard, or more accurately, he encountered us,
A little bit, yeah.
he teleported away into the mountains and yelled "fuck you" over the land.
Fuck you, Baltimore.
And then we met him further up the road. He was just like a few hundred meters up the road.
And he panicked, bro, he panicked.
He panicked. He being
Premature
you, I think
teleportation.
You forgot that was the completely necessary NPC for the entire part.
You met him further
Yeah.
up the M25.
At least I let you guys choose something instead of being like, no, you can't do that.
That's fair. That's fair. Unfortunately, this the next bit is where the railroading kind of hit the absolute peak for the campaign. As Arthur played an unskippable, unfunny, horrendously cringe cutscene that I tried to interrupt like 3 times, and he just said no.
God tier DM, by the way, guys. I'm really good at
God
that.
tier DM, great DM. Allow me
Mr.
to
God tier with a gun, DM.
Yeah, so we followed the wizard into this little cove where he went to rest. Suddenly, out from behind a tree, presumably, came a masked a masked man in a black cloak and a very flamboyant coat. Or actually, as the notes say, later upon the route, you see him again, stumbling tired into a clearing full of rocks. You decide to rest in a clearing that you just reached. Oh, that's a slash. Okay. The map states that this is the best place for a long time, so you put up camp for the day. Suddenly, a man masked in a black cloak and a very flamboyant coat. That's it. There wasn't anything about like what he was doing. It's just like suddenly a man.
Suddenly,
He's there. He came
Suddenly,
about. I probably described it at the time. I was like, I just need to remember that this guy's like flamboyant and a problem. So let's give him a mask.
Flamboyant and a problem. Oh boy.
And a problem. So
that is something I aspire to be.
then came the least funny part of the entire campaign. The worst bit, if you ask me. Arthur's very
Jamie
bad
found it funny. Jamie
That's
found it funny.
Jamie.
That's all I can say.
That's Jamie, though.
He's dead.
He's
Oh
gone. He's
no,
gone.
not again.
Gone again.
He's dead.
Oh, thanks, Discord.
All I'm saying is I had a
Love you.
50% success rate. That's
Love
it.
you lots.
I don't need to ask anybody else. I'm closing. Closing it now. Polls closed. Polls closed. Polls closed. Polls closed. La. 50% success rate.
I will punish.
Good enough. Good enough.
You fucking
If I flipped a coin and asked if I flipped a coin and asked anybody, heads they'd love it. Tails they wouldn't. That's all I'm saying. 50%.
And I'm back.
Hello.
On the recording, you'll hear me say several things about Discord, but anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yes, basically, imagine a 15, like, how old were we at the time? Like, I think we were like 16, 15, 16?
15,
Maybe
16.
17? I don't know. We'll say 16.
15, 16.
Imagine a 16-year-old desperately trying and failing to write a Monty Python sketch.
Probably.
Now imagine that 16-year-old has been thrown down a hill several times as they were writing it. That's the level of quality we're dealing with.
Yeah. This whole campaign was written in 2 hours. I'm a good writer. You know me. I'm the best.
Allow me to read you every bit of it in this script. Now imagine you're also playing this. Your DM is saying all of this in bad voices.
That's rude. Alright, my voice acting is impeccable.
Nowadays it is.
Yeah, now it is.
No. It's always. I actually don't believe I've ever changed. I'm just the best, guys. And on that note, because I don't want to hear this, I'm gonna go for a piss.
Perfect. Now, imagine you're playing D&D and your DM starts saying this shit, and you're not allowed to do anything about it. He says, "They call me Innuendo. This is because I will innuendo your life." The scholar responds, "That's a pun." Masked man. I also love how it switches from like written books, sort of. He says, scholar responds, to script, where it's just masked man. What do you know? What do you know? What is happening? I am here to rob and kill you. Scholar. Has no one corrected you yet? Oh, for God's sake, this is simply horrible. I agree. Masked man. Ah, this is more like it. There's more. Masked man. Ah, this is more like it. Scholar. You don't even know what an innuendo is, do you? Masked man. What? I am an innuendo. Fuck you. This is my robbery. Now shut up before I run you through with my long hard blade. See, that's more... Scholar. See, that's more like it. That was an innuendo. Try one more time. Masked man. You fucking wizards are all the same. So high and mighty. The conversation carries on in this fashion for quite a while. Your thoughts, George?
Jesus Christ.
Now imagine as well, reminder for the audience, imagine that you're a bunch of murder hobos playing D&D for the first time and you get hit with this.
All I'm saying is I'm a genius writer now. You know what they say.
He just comes back in doing the fucking you know I had to do it to him bit, and he sits down. What I'm saying, guys, I'm a genius writer after I finished explaining the worst bit of writing I've ever seen in my life.
Alright.
Sonichu, my god.
Alright, fuck you, it was not worse than that.
It's not worse than Sonichu.
It's like E-tier writing at worst. Come on, there's worse. And technically it is a joke. Well, it's not funny.
Yeah, but it's a
Technically,
really
joke.
shit. Okay, it's the second worst joke I've ever seen, other than you don't have to tell me twice, but during the Stone Age. And that one wasn't even fucking finished.
But during the Stone Age.
Shut the fuck up. So,
You don't have to tell me twice.
But in the Stone Age.
but during the Stone Age, oh god. You know what? That's the title. You don't have to tell me twice. You don't have to tell me twice. That's the title.
Alright.
Fuck it.
Alright,
So-
I'll take the L here. I'll be the bigger man, but also I am the best writer, and I've never done anything wrong.
So anyway, in the ensuing fight, so we had the option of either helping the wizard out or helping Innuendo. We went with the wizard, sort of to say sorry for brutally maiming him and stealing literally everything he owned, except for a book, apparently. But
I mean, he's got to keep his book.
I suppose
what's he gonna read?
it wasn't his spell book. It was just a book.
Oh.
Yo, what's he gonna read? This? No, thank you.
What's he gonna read? Your terrible
He was
Monty
reading the
Python
script.
skit?
He was reading the script.
He just had the script in his
these?
pocket.
He just pulls it out. What the fuck are these lines?
And I go with it.
Fucking see, that's more like it. That was an innuendo. Try one more time. What the fuck kind of shit is this?
What is this?
What hack
It's just
wrote
like-
this?
It's just like that.
We're just
that one
bullying
scene
Arthur
in
for his script,
in
and I
Devil
like
May
it.
Cry,
I
where
love it.
Dante's just like, "What the hell is this?
Who is this guy?
Who is this guy?"
Who is this guy?
Anyway, so
Alright, yeah, you know, I know what I'm saying is, yeah, I'm the best, and you all have bad taste, and it's all I'm saying. Trade me.
So this fight lasted one round, like all of the ones in Act 1. Meaning that technically our most vigorous fight, where all of us had taken our part equally and helped out, was us mugging this wizard. But we had to fight Innuendo, an ogre that appeared out of nowhere, 4 thugs, and 7 goblins.
That's a lot of goblins.
So, we
not
decided to split up, since we figured Innuendo would presumably be the biggest threat, considering he was the ringleader of this whole thing. We had 2 people dealing with that, Okina and Charolon. I started dealing with the ogre, and
Divey, big guy.
Jizzard took out all of the other enemies at once. See, to explain how he did this, I have to explain how Arthur ran critical hits, or max damage on dice, for spells. See, if you hit max damage on one of the dice for a spell, you hit the critical winds of magic, which meant that it activated another effect. And for some spells, this could stack if you maximize the dice on multiple different dice in the spell. say your spell does 2d6, and you can stack critical winds of magic effects. It will get one effect if one dice hits a 6, and the effect will happen twice if both of those dice hit a 6. Jamie decided to use his new spell, Chain Lightning.
Oh, I'm gonna get so mad, aren't I?
Oh, if you care about
Probably.
the rules like a loser. A gentleman disregards the rules. Sigma Grindster.
Sigma.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chain Lightning's a cool spell, but like...
Alright, all I'm saying is read the rules very lightly, went on Reddit, picked out 4 things that were like, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. Oh,
So you took random homebrew off of Reddit.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
Did I never mention that?
That's exactly what he
That
did.
sounds fun. That sounds fun. I'll run that. And then I was like, I've got 2 hours to write a campaign. Let's go. And I even wrote a Monty Python bit that wasn't very good, but it was there. That took
So,
like 5 minutes.
A quick refresher on the spell Chain Lightning, gentlemen. You create a bolt of lightning that arcs towards a target of your choice that you can see within range. 3 bolts then leap from that target to as many as 3 other targets, each of which must be within 30 feet of the first target. A target can be a creature or an object and can be targeted by only one of the bolts. A target must make a dexterity saving throw. The target takes 10d8 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
All I'm saying is I did balance this by almost killing him in the process.
Yes, with the critical winds of magic, you do also take damage. Equal
No,
to...
that was just for Chain Lightning, wasn't it?
I could have sworn it was for all of the critical winds effects.
Fuck, I know.
It didn't
It was a
come-
homebrew. Yeah, I didn't read.
It didn't come up much outside of this act, but... See, the effect for Chain Lightning was, if one dice, if just one of those d8s hit its maximum damage of 8, then a bolt would spring from one of those 3 extra targets to another target. To another creature as a new target, which then took all of that damage. The new target could also have been a target previously. Remember how there's 10 of those d8s?
I to balance this, I did also make it so it rolled 1 less dice each time. I do remember that.
It
Specifically
hardly matters.
because...
It hardly
No,
matters.
it really
Considering
didn't.
the
There were
fact
like 10 targets and they all died.
there were 11 targets. Jamie rolled 6 8s out of 10 possible 8s. A web of lightning blasted from his hands and killed all of them, subsequently dealing the most damage in a singular attack to the party of this entire campaign, that being the first time anyone had taken damage.
Youch.
And Jamie did it
Yowza.
to himself.
I think he was on like 3 health by the end, wasn't he?
No, I think he was at half, as I remember it.
He didn't have much health, so that might have been 3.
It could have been, but
He only had 6 health. He was left on half.
he
I think it
wasn't
did deal a fair amount. It did deal like... I think
Yeah.
I had it deal like a D4 or something.
He really did, though, just completely unlimited power the shit out of those thugs and goblins and kill literally all of them at once.
It's a good move. It's a good bit.
It's a good
All I
bit.
can say is it's
Good
a
bit.
good move. It's a good move.
Good
Kind
bit.
of a good move. Kind of a good move. It's alright. It's alright.
It's not bad. So,
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
So, we dealt with the other two, the fight against the ogre and against... Well, the fight against the ogre was boring, and the fight against Innuendo wasn't a fight. Charalom
They should kill them.
just sneak attacked him, and he died in 1 hit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't know about power scaling. He just backstabbed him. I was like,
Okay.
it was meant to be a mini boss.
TF2 rules. Kills them. TF2 rules.
That's how it works. Critical hit. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules.
He's gone.
I don't make the rules. That's just how it works.
I did, and
So-
also it wasn't.
Then we gave. Oh yes, that was it. Challenge time, everybody.
Ooh.
I am.
The challenge this time. Drawing that chain lightning effect. Drawing that shit. Just drawing the chain lightning.
Okay.
And the gimmick for this time is, remember audience, we do not do repeats. So we will not be doing anime only. But what will we be doing? Only shape tools.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
This should be good. So,
A bit to put a smile on my face.
Alright.
Arthur, are you ready? George, have you prepared your special criteria thing?
Yes.
All right. We will begin in 3, in 2, 1. Begin. Time is up.
Fill tool.
Oh yeah, let me see him, baby.
Alright.
Just,
Give me a 3, 2, 1.
Alright, and 3, 2, 1. Post.
Oh, they are like the same idea.
They are the same bit.
We did the same thing. Do you like my my little gizzard or gizzard? The lightning looks better.
Yeah. Sad to say no one gets a bonus point.
What
Oh,
was the
so-
criteria for the bonus point?
The criteria was just to have innuendo anywhere in the background.
Go rip.
Let's see. This is so sad.
Like, I figured someone might, but nah. Oh well.
Oh well. You win
Um.
some, you lose some.
So, I'll start with Alex's because that's the one on top. Not gonna lie, it looks like Jizzard just has multiple hands with all the
don't know he
little
didn't.
things. I mean, fair, but you've
We don't know
never
he
said
didn't.
he did.
Well, I mean, Jamie never said he didn't.
That's
Or he
fair.
did. For all we
It's
know,
artistic
he
license,
didn't
yeah.
have hands.
It's true, he
For all
could
we
have just
know,
been a
he didn't
floating
have
cloak.
hands.
Just been a cloak and an
Motherfucker could have
unfortunate
been one singular leg with a head stuck on top.
I am leg.
Now, Arthur's. I like that Jizzard has a little smiley face, and I also like.
He's happy.
I like the little stock lightning and how the thugs look like the goblins except stretched and with.
Yeah, literally just stretched it. I asked him, how long do we have? It's
Actually,
4.5 minutes.
lightning bolt.
Oh yeah, because they're being hit by lightning, aren't they? So like,
I just noticed that.
yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love
The
it.
only problem is the lightning is just shit black, isn't it? Bleh.
Oh. Wait, is that? Oh no, it isn't one of them. It isn't the lightning rebounding back to Jizzard. Oh, never mind.
Nah.
Because every time I try and picture it, I just imagine the magic, like him getting shocked as well.
Yeah, that's what I imagine.
Yeah.
That works. I like to imagine it just sort of fucking aged the shit out of him, Palpatine style.
That's why. Yeah. He just got old.
Two interpretations of the same scene.
Oh.
All up to cinematography to tell.
But George, who gets the main point? Because we know no one gets the bonus.
I really like Arthur's.
Fair enough.
Alright, point to...
I hate saying that because it seems like I'm rigging this in his favour and I'm not.
Motherfucker, you are literally the judge. You could be, and that would be funny, potentially. Don't.
Yeah.
But, like, we could make a bit out of it, I don't know.
Who's saying I'm rigged?
Slipping a 20 under the table.
Oh yeah, thanks dude.
PayPal him that, you know. Just gotta keep my fingers.
That's quite an expansive under the table there, Arthur. Looks like you got a whole room down there.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a bit...
just cash at me.
Yeah. No. I don't have Cash App.
Neither do I.
You install PayPal. I
No, you install PayPal.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up!
Shut
up!
So,
Alright.
after this fight, the wizard that we had just rescued after also horrendously naming, he asked us, hey, to repay me for what you did earlier, I want you to tag along with me to collect a pair of artifacts. We could go for the blade of actually caring about the environment, or the chalice of lost time. We decided on the chalice because it had a cooler name. I feel like for the sword, yeah, should have just been abbreviated a little, you know, shortened.
Fair enough.
Made it a short sword. Anyway, anyway,
Comedy.
barely.
Yeah.
Please never do that again. I will kill you.
Alright.
You can certainly
So-
try.
So
He's back.
we chose the chalice, which meant we had to go through the jungle to collect it because it was in a temple hidden in the jungle.
In the jungle.
Unfortunately for us, this jungle was infested with dinosaurs, and I'm getting post-traumatic stress just thinking about it. Because
Ooh, thank you for telling me that. I'll keep that in mind.
it was a joke, you fool, you poor dipshit. Nice try, idiot.
Nice try, liberal, but actually I don't have PTSD. I was in fact making a joke. You idiot. You
Shut the
absolute
fuck
buffoon.
up, budget nuts, Taku. Anyway,
You fallen for my cunning trap.
I've never.
Budget looks turkey. Alright, I'll take it. He's a cool guy. I'll be a budget guy, that guy.
I don't know if that's like supposed to be an insult, but it feels like a half compliment.
I'll take
Yes. Little from column A, little from column B.
it. I'll take it. You know, I'll one day I'll become my own thing. But for now, I'm a budget somebody else, and that's a start.
That's a start. So, we went into the forest, heading towards the jungle, wherein we were accosted by 2 Allosauruses, an Ankylosaurus, and a Triceratops.
Le dinosaur.
This
Oh no.
was the shittest battle in the entire goddamn game.
I don't know. I feel like the last one was a little bit more shit.
That doesn't count as a battle. That was a squash match on Jamie's part. But we'll get there. So we're really foreshadowing this shit. We're good. We're good storytellers.
Yeah.
We're good at this. We're good at this. Trust me, guys. Trust me.
I wrote the campaign. Of course, I'm a good storyteller. It's a modern odyssey, you know.
It's a modern...
Well, I mean, if you remove the SC, yes, it was certainly odd.
Alright, I'll take that.
It was a modern retelling of Theseus. Truly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it really took us apart and fucking put us back together again with new parts, and we don't know if we're the same people anymore.
Debatable.
That's philosophy. That's. I already fell asleep. Alright,
Anyway,
the dinosaurs,
yes.
they're cooler. Dinosaurs are cooler than philosophy. Let's go!
Alright.
Woo!
Yeah, we don't have time for maths or
baby!
physics.
That's what I've been waiting for. This is what it's all about. Woo!
And then the dog comes in. Alright.
And then the dog comes in. God, I wish we had a dog for that. That would have helped out. Could have been
Oh,
baby.
It's a shame my cat's not here, so I couldn't do that either.
Alright.
Dinosaurs
Dinosaurs.
like Simba.
So, what happened here was the dinosaurs were somehow too powerful. Yep, that's right. Several vampires, including a named character vampire. Nothing. Absolute shit. A whole ass
Absolute nothing.
ogre and a squad of thugs. Literally eliminated in seconds. Dinosaurs. Too much, mate.
That's real shit.
A bunch of CR5 and below dinosaurs.
Alright, I didn't know what power scaling was. You guys were old
See,
shit. You'd killed
What
everything
happened
before.
was... See, what happened was... The Allosauruses charged in first. Also, for some reason, the Allosauruses, Ankylosaur, and Triceratops were not attempting to fight with each other, even though 2 of those dinosaurs are carnivorous and the other 2 are prey animals. They're just dinosaurs.
No,
They work
they're
together.
just no, dinosaurs, they're all friends.
They're all friends.
They,
I watched Land
they-
Before Time 11.
nah, they love each other.
I only watched the 11th one.
They're all...
Just the
I-
11th.
I don't know the lore. I've only
Oh
watched
no,
number
he
11.
doesn't know the law. This is fake dinosaur fan, that's all I'm saying.
Fake Land Before Time fan.
Cringe alert.
Cringe.
Alright,
Anyway,
let's go.
so those Allosauruses, they leapt at Gizzard and Okina. Gizzard failed to save against being pinned. Okina critted, and the only way we could rationalise her ever being able to avoid being pinned was that she just fell over and the Allosaurus flew clean over her head.
Yeah.
The Triceratops started chasing Charolom around, and the Ankylosaurus Dark Souls stun-locked me. Because it could... Because Arthur had given its tail the ability to stun people in heavy armour. For some reason.
Homebrew, bitch. It ain't
And,
mine.
and it could do its tail attack literally at the beginning of every turn. And it stunned me. And it would stun me until the start of its next turn, wherein it would just tail whip me again, and I would be stunned again.
Welcome to Dark Souls, bitch. Should have dodge rolled.
Oh dear.
So,
Oh dear.
and for some reason, me being stunned also meant that its attack hit automatically. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Our armor class system was wrong as well. Because instead of it being a check to see whether it hits or not, every attack automatically hit. The armor class just reduced the amount of damage the attack did. But the problem wasn't that the attack was doing damage. It was that it was hitting it all.
Oh yeah.
If
What was it? I had it like I think I said something along the lines of it reduces it by that much damage to a minimum of half. Something. So it's like you still take
Which meant
damage.
all extra effects, like say stunning, automatically occurred whether I liked them or not. No matter what I did, I would just be hit.
Start roll, loser. Just prep a grab like I did in fucking every fight of Ollie's campaign. Prep a grapple every time somebody comes near you.
Dear, do not remind me.
So, God's sake. Anyway, yes.
Yeah, let's.
If Okina
let's
had
not.
been pinned there, all of us would have died.
Yeah, probably.
Thankfully.
Yeah. And I probably would have had the wizard save you and been like, damn, that was close.
Yes.
Wow.
That would have been a
Thankfully, she
very.
was
That
not
would have.
pinned.
That would have been a very DMPC moment.
Really would have. So, she wasn't pinned. So, she freed Jizzard. Jizzard then freed Cherylon, and then finally they all went, fine, we'll get John out of his big funny Dark Souls stun lock.
John, I don't feel so good.
Rip.
So, that is our next drawing round.
Got that shit show.
Yeah, that absolute kerfuffle. That shenaniganery shall be our canvas. But what, pray tell, will be our brush?
Will it be the brush tool or will it be Google Images?
It's gone for shape tools again. I'm re-rolling. It is Google Images. We're not using a brush
Ooh.
at all. We're using a set of stamps.
Nice. Sorry about being turned around that whole sort of like bit. I was eating. I'm hungry.
That's fine.
I've woken up and that's it. That's all I've done today.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
fair
hungry.
enough. So,
Pardon me, sorry. Alright.
pardon me. Arthur, are you ready to begin?
Yeah.
George, have you thought of your criteria?
Indeed, I have.
I am.
We will begin in 3, 2, 1. Begin. You disappeared at some point. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Well,
Discord
at least you
cut
only
out on me
disappeared.
again.
At least you only disappeared during this during the bit that's going to be sped up massively. So we're good. But that is the end of the round.
Okay.
Gentlemen.
Oh boy. This is gonna be fun.
Alright, do I send it now? Or what?
Give me 1 second.
Still on phone?
Alright. Send it in 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. As always, I spend a little bit too long in Okina.
Just a wee bit too long.
I do love making them. So
So,
much fun.
George.
Where do I begin?
Begin on Arthur's, I think.
Right. So, with Arthur's, I can at least kind of tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, I know which one's Okina because wheelchair.
On the ground. Try deal.
Yep.
Try deal. You let me live. I am very sexy.
I
That
see
is the
John
trade deal
Smith.
with Okina.
Mm-hmm. I see John Smith. I see Jizzard. I assume that's Charlon as Coyote.
What? No, I just didn't have time to add them.
Oh, right.
The Wile E. Coyote bit was just like, yeah, he just fucking randomly sailed over him because he rolled a natural 20. So I was like, fuck it. Yeah, it's funny. Ran into the tunnel that he thought was there.
Nice.
After this, we may have to just tell the story of the rest of Act 2 rather than do another round.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, very much fair. And then yours, Alex. I'm gonna assume the Alpha's Okina.
Yep. Yeah, it is a bit hectic, to be fair.
It's very hectic, and I'm having a bit of a
hence
hard
my
time.
reasoning for putting "bitch what the fuck" at the top.
Yeah, I know. It did summarize it. I was just like, that's fair.
Okay,
That is
so-
what happened. That is what happened.
So you got the wizard over on the right there. We got the
Yeah.
wizard over on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Charlon being chased by the Triceratops there.
Right. Okay.
Then you've got the
Jizzard being
Allosaurus
pinned.
being stomped on, and the other one that's just fucked off into the distance. And then there's, at the front, John Smith getting beaten the shit out of. What was the bonus point for, by the way?
The bonus point was to fully capture John's stun-locked state.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did that well enough. All I did was put a Dark Souls helmet on and Kylo.
Yeah.
So,
I was expecting, like, maybe stars around the head or something.
yeah, I just ran out of time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's fine. No one gets the bonus point, but it's fine.
So,
Honestly, I'm going to go with yours, Alex, because even though it's an absolute cluster of chaos,
it
Got what
truly
going
does capture the chaos of that moment.
it truly does capture the absolute messed and balked situation.
As always, I'm too distracted by Okina. You know? It's just
It's very easy to do. Be distracted by Okina.
I want to make them this. I love making handsome Squidward on Charles Xavier's face. You know, it just works. It just works.
It does work.
That's what they were. That is what they were.
So, due to being short on time, I will simply be telling the rest of the story of Act 2. So, after we dealt with those fucking dinosaurs. We finally managed to get out of that mess and kill all of those. We then moved on into the jungle, where
The mighty jungle.
you've made that joke already. Where we heard a rumbling in the distance, and it got louder, and it was a stampede of triceratops. Now, we actually came up with a good way to get everyone out of the way of this one as best as possible. So, since the wizard was somehow already out of the way, we had Gizzard and Okina Dimension Door out of the way of the stampede. That way, they don't have to try and make dex saving throws, or the closest thing we had to dex saving throws, because they would have been shit at them. Charalum, easy, dodged out the way, which left me. My dex was not terrible. However, I rolled like shit and caught like 3 of them on myself. So we had to deal with those, because apparently they decided to turn around from whatever they were running away from and fight us.
Yeah, dinosaurs are molding, that's all I'm saying, you know.
Yeah, we
Kinda
obliterated
mad, bro.
them. We obliterated them. Okina just threw one of them into the air with telekinesis. Presumably the only way she could have lifted anything.
Does it, Xavier?
I don't remember how the second one died, but the third one, Charalum decided, oh, I know what's a great idea. I'm going to throw that metal orb in order to try and stop it.
Pokeball.
That metal orb was something known as a flash freeze. And what it did was it just froze everything within its radius entirely.
No save?
Nope.
What a saves.
From the horse's mouth
What?
itself. But
what can I say? You know, I didn't know what a save was. I was like, oh, it's like they do these save things every so often, so I gotta add like events in that'll happen, right? That's how it works, yeah.
so
So that's what a save is, right?
the problem with that was that Triceratops was currently in the process of trampling me, which meant the flash freeze also froze me. And Okina went, okay, best way to deal with this, disintegrate.
Oh, absolutely.
Unfortunately, she got critical winds of magic, which resulted in the Triceratops exploding.
You'd love to see it. You'd love to see it.
Which did 30 damage to me.
Yikes. Is that still is that the most damage anybody took after that point?
I don't know. I think Gizzard still did more damage to himself, in all seriousness.
Fair enough.
So, after we dealt with that minor issue, we continued to the temple and we found the Chalice of Lost Time. And a T-Rex. Which was apparently so ultra powerful we could barely defeat it. We would not be able to defeat it alone.
It's a really
Yes,
strong
a good old
T-Rex.
CR8 creature.
Yes.
No,
However,
it's a really strong T-Rex, guys. It's gonna get you.
Mega T-Rex.
Guys, have you played Ark Survival Evolved or seen Jurassic Park? Those things are big. They're gonna beat you up. His
Okay,
dad's bigger than your dad.
I've seen Jurassic Park, but I have never played Ark Survival Evolved and reviews.
Good.
Fair enough.
Good. So, we hit upon a brilliant solution. Since Jamie had been using Dominate Person so often throughout the campaign, what if we just used it on the big wizard guy and had him win the fight for us immediately? But
That's
we
a good play. It's
decided
a good play. It's a good
he's
play.
super smart. He's a proficient in magic. We need to distract him first, or he won't be open to the spell's effects. So, we
Which
had
is-
Okina attempt to flirt with him by leaning seductively on a pillar of the temple. Rolled a nat 1, so she missed and fell down the stairs.
She'd have died from that. Fuck.
But,
In all seriousness, should have made her do a death saving throw if I knew what those were.
if you knew what that even was. But, what happened was, land at the bottom. he decided, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my sorcerer powers to re-roll it. So from the bottom of the stairs in a crumpled heap, Okina just finger guns up back at the guy because he rolled a nat 20 on the second attempt.
Funnily enough, I don't think that was a thing you could do at that point in terms of fighting.
I think it was.
But it's something you can do now.
I think it was something they could do. Because I remember him telling me, oh, I can do this, and I'm like...
They can't. None of
They
us
couldn't
knew the
at that
rules.
point. Magical guidance didn't exist at that point.
I was lied to. Nice. Oh,
Magical
I don't
guidance
care.
was only
I don't
introduced in
care.
Tasha's.
Look, all I'm gonna say is, I don't care if
Frankly,
you know,
all of
win
us
or lose, it's up to
pretended
you.
know
I'm
what the
just
fuck
trying...
we were- what the fuck we
I'm
were
just
doing.
trying to make sure they had fun,
No,
and
no,
to a certain extent they did.
So,
no, it's
So-
fair. I just find it interesting that that's the thing you can
that
do now.
feature became canon now.
Yeah, it's kind
We
of-
had nothing
it
to
was-
do with it, but it became canon.
No, my uncle works at Microsoft Game of Dungeon and Dragon, and he added that rule.
Of course,
Wizards of the Coast, that's the name of the fucking thing.
Microsoft.
Game of Dungeon Dragon.
Yes, Microsoft Game of Dungeon Dragon, my favorite company. But I think I work.
Don't make me ban you. Don't make me ban you. Don't make me ban you. That's all I'm saying.
My uncle works at.
What are you, a Discord mod?
You fool.
My uncle works at Nintendo.
So
Ah,
the wizard.
you seem to
in that
forget
moment,
my uncle works at 19 Nintendo.
fuck's
fuck.
sake. So the wizard looked down the steps.
Oh,
saw the
parcel's
finger
arrived.
and
Can you
fucking-
give me a second? Sorry, my mail has arrived. I have to go get it.
I will just
His
continue
mail
Sorry.
talking.
right.
I will just continue talking. So, the wizard, seeing Okina at the bottom of the stairs, fucking finger gun up at him, fucking vomited pink sparkly shit in a heart shape around her for some reason, and this was the distraction that Jamie needed. He had Jizzard, used Dominate Person, and took over the wizard's mind. Turns out this wizard knew literally every spell in the game.
At that point.
All of them. All of the spells. Even made up ones. All of them. Every spell.
Da.
So we decided, I know what we're going to do. So, we had him create a figurine of Japanese pop star sensation Hatsune Miku.
I'm back.
I'm explaining the end of that T-Rex, Arthur.
Oh yeah, you got him.
Yes. So we had the wizard create a miniature figurine of Japanese pop star sensation Hatsune Miku. Then we had him cast Weird on the T-Rex so that it saw its greatest fear.
What was about to happen? It did nothing. It gave him foresight. It gave him foresight
minor
into his
foresight.
future.
Very slight foresight. Then we used True Polymorph to transform the T-Rex into a life-size replica of Japanese pop star sensation Hatsune Miku. And then we cast Imprisonment to trap the now life-size physical version of Japanese pop star sensation Hatsune Miku, which has the soul of a T-Rex that's absolutely shitting itself as it's seeing what's going to happen in a matter of 2 seconds, trapped inside of the minifigure of Japanese pop star sensation Hatsune Miku that had been created earlier.
I am such a good DM.
Shut the fuck up, Lucy, you had nothing to do with this.
Yes, I did. I allowed this. No, I allowed this. I said he has wish. I said Jamie said, "What can wish do?" I was like, "You can do anything. You can, I don't know, make a gun. You can make a statue." And he was like, "I want Hatsune Miku." And I was like, "Huh? Loser? Go for it."
Yeah, but how many 9th level spell slots did this guy have?
All of them. Every
Infinity.
spell slot, infinite spell
In
slots, all things.
Infinity. He knew every spell.
was
You'll
gone.
find out when.
You'll find out why in a
When you
moment.
learn
Find
his
out why
name.
in- yeah, Yeah. We'll get to that right now. In fact, we've released the spell, and then the wizard looked down the stairs, saw that figurine, and went, "Ooh, that looks like a magical artifact. I'll take that. You can keep the chalice." And then, as he was leaving, I decided, okay, it's time for a dramatic moment. So as the wizard was walking off into the sunset, I asked, "Hey, what's your name?" And Arthur paused for a moment.
I tried to come up with a name, and I can recreate exactly what happened. I said, Rick Sanchez. No.
And we would not let him. We would not let him correct that. That wizard is now forever.
It was not allowed to be retconned.
He is now Rick Sanchez. That is why he knows all of the spells and has infinite 9th level spell slots, because he didn't just watch Rick and Morty. He is Rick from Rick and Morty.
His stylistic outlook is carefully woven into his characterization.
Actually, I'm pretty sure there is now in that one D&D crossover with Rick and Morty book, there is actually a stat block for Rick Sanchez, and I believe he's a wizard.
God damn it! Why is the Fatula campaign slowly, piece by piece, becoming canon?
When we learn,
I hate
when
this.
we learn that critical hits of magic is real all along.
So, I think
I will ruin DNA and D&D hand.
I
piece
will
by
ruin
piece.
DNA. I am radiation poisoning. Your proteins are nothing compared to my power.
Your soul is mine.
And on that bombshell, ladies, gentlemen, and all those in between and outside, we will be ending this episode of Fatula's art class. That was...
Yeah.
It's quite a way to end. Next time, we will be starting Act 3, the final part of this story. However, there will probably be multiple parts talking about that fine. You know what? Fuck it. If you like this video and want to see more like it, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. If you just like this video, hit the like button. I've already done this outro once today. My brain is confused. Follow me on Twitter. Follow Arthur on
Twitch.tv/Asukiyami.
Yes, it's also on screen.
Yeah.
And follow George on both of those things.
Twitch.tv/Quagsouls.
Yeah, twitter.com/Shedboy, I guess. I mean,
And twitter.com/Quagsouls. Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're on screen. Screen? Whatever. I'm tired.
They're all there.
But I hope you're not tired of this kind of content.
Hey, that was a good line. We'll give him that one. That was a good line.
Good one. It's a good one.
I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. I don't. Anyway, but yes, we will see you in the next video. Later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.